Welcome to the Alpha Training and Consulting's online training program. Today we're going to answer the question, what is a normal distribution? Now please keep us in mind should you ever need ASQ certification preparation classes. We've been helping students get prepared for ASQ certifications for over 20 years. So we've had a lot of experience and we're very good at it. So please keep us in mind. Now back to the question, what is a normal distribution? Well, use your imagination with me here for a little bit, and before you know it, you'll understand it. Let's say we have 1 million people, and we measure all of their heights, and then once we measure their height, we go have them stand in line according to their height. So as you see, we have a 2-foot tall line, 8-foot tall line, and everything in between. And so now all 1 million people are lined up according to their height. Now what we're going to do is we're getting a helicopter and hover over this mass of 1 million people. So now we're looking down at the tops of their heads. In fact, we can see the number of people in each of these lines. These are physically mature adults. Keep that in mind. Now, do you think this 2-foot tall line is going to be very long? Out of 1 million people, do you think you're going to have any 2-foot tall, physically mature people? Probably zero. But I'm telling you, for sake of argument, I put one person in that line. And the same way with the 8-foot tall line. We don't expect many people would be there out of 1 million people, probably zero. But for sake of argument, I want you to know I put one person in that line. So when you get in the helicopter, hover over this mass of 1 million people, these two lines are very, very short. Very short. Now, question for you. From your experience of collecting data and kind of checking out data sets, where will the longest line lie? Will it be, we know it's not the 2-foot and 8-foot tall line. Those are just one person in each line. But does it lie closer to the 2-foot tall line? Closer to the 8-foot tall line? Or will the longest line be in the middle? If you said, I believe it's in the middle, you are correct. Now, if the middle line is going to be the longest line here, what will happen as we deviate away from the center line? What will happen to the lines? Think about that. If we take the center line, we know it's the longest, and we start deviating away from it, what happens to the length of the lines? If you say they become progressively shorter, again, you're correct. In fact, it would look something like this. And so they call this the normal distribution. They also call it the bell curve or the Gaussian curve. And it's a very powerful curve. Why is it so powerful? Well, there's two reasons really. One, it is very common. That's why they call it the normal distribution. It's very common. Many natural phenomena, manufacturing processes, etc., follow relatively closely the normal distribution. So that's one reason it's so powerful. It's very common. The second reason it's very powerful is it's very predictable. And the more predictable something is, the more powerful mathematics becomes. So again, what are the two reasons that make this so powerful? It is very common and is very predictable. And this makes the normal distribution very powerful. Well, congratulations. That was a rather quick one, but I plan on making these videos rather short. Remember, keep us in mind should you ever have a need for ASQ certification preparation classes. Thank you, and have a great day. Goodbye.